Hi, it's Cheryl from Home of My Making. I'm here this afternoon to show you another fun craft. Anybody that knows me knows I love bunnies. So here's a simple burlap bunny. I created this. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with them, but I'll show you how to make them and then I'll come back on another day and show you what I did with them. These make good like bowl fillers. If you have a bowl in the center of your table and you want to display them in there, like I did carrots a couple of tutorials back. So let me go ahead and show you how I did this. It's quick, it's easy. As you can see, they're multiplying. Hi Joni, how are you? You got me live again. So this is an easy craft, especially if you've seen the carrot one that I did. So what I do is I start out with some burlap that I've had cut. This burlap is pretty tight woven. Some of it comes thicker woven, but you really need the tighter weave for this. So just for time purposes, what I did is I used my handy dandy cutouts that I made and traced them onto the burlap with a Sharpie marker, and then I cut them out. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can glue it and then turn it inside out, but the way that I'm going to show you, I kind of like it having this edge going around like this. If you did this and turned it inside out, it's going to look like it's sewn, but like my carrots, I like to have this edge to look like it's a different dimension. Again, it looks fluffier when you do it this way. So let me show you how I did this. Oh, and another thing, I actually used pinking shears. The pinking shears don't come up, the rickrack doesn't come up really well on burlap, but I do still like using them instead of a straight scissor. So what I did is cut two sections out of the rabbit, and I do have two different size rabbits that I cut out, so I can make a bigger one and a smaller one if you notice the two different sizes. So all you need to do is, let me just get these even. You're going to take your hot glue and you're going to trim around the edge. Let me just check the my iPad so I can see messages. Let's see if I can catch you on here. Yeah, there it is. Now I can see what you guys are saying. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna line them up just like that. And you're gonna take your hot glue gun. And when I say hot, mine is very hot. It's too hot, keeps burning me. It keeps burning me. That doesn't mean I'm burning myself. So what I'm going to do is just going to go around the edge a little bit at a time, and then just take my handy dandy, this is actually a cuticle pusher from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to let that cool a little bit, and then I'm going to continue on this side. I'm going to keep the reason why I pat it like this too is it will give more of the appearance of this flattened look, which I like. The more you flatten it, the more you'll have that indent here. Let me see if you can see it. See this indent here? I like that so that it makes it look more dimensional again. So the more you flatten it out, kind of an even rub, for lack of a better word, it'll give you, when you go ahead and stuff it, it'll give you a puffier look like that. Ellery, hello. Ellery, I love that name. Still love that name. Okay, I'm going to continue to go around. And then I'm going to, again, lay it flat. Press it flat, I should say. Okay, so I'm almost halfway done. I'm not going to close it all the way up because I have to So there you go, that's where I'm at right now. So I am going to come up a little bit more and then I'll start the, thank you Ellery. Have you tried any of the crafts that I've done? Or do you just enjoy watching the videos? Okay, so I did end up, I'm so afraid I'm going to burn myself. So I did end up leaving just this part open, if you can see that, just the little part right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my fill, let me get some, and I'm going to start to stuff it down to the bottom, as you can see, and then try to get it over to his tail. Obviously, the more stuffing you put in there, the more fatter he'll be. If you do find that when you do this and it starts to unglue, just go back and glue it. Remember, I'm not a sewer, so everything I do is with hot glue. Okay, so I'm going to stick a little bit up in his bunny ears. Thank you, Janice, you sprinkled it. Thank you, you know the drill. Show me some love. Some of those hearts and likes, that keeps the page going. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is just trying to stuff his ears. Just push with your finger, get it in there. We're going to add more. More, stuff his head. As you can see, he's starting to get fat. There you go. Again, you stuff as much stuffing in him as you want to see how bulky he gets. I think that's good. I'm just going to stuff a little bit more where my finger is, and then I'm going to start to glue him back up. Just do a little bit more in his nose. Okay, so here's the end of it. We're going to start the gluing process while he's all stuffed. Just got to hold it down so he doesn't burst open. Let me do it this way. I'm going to start over here, and then I'm going to start to get him glued shut. Again, just keep pressing so that it makes that indent so that it looks more dimensional. If you have any questions, let me know. How tall do you cut your templates? You know what? I'll tell you in a second, because I have a, I don't have it meant, I don't have a size, but I do have a ruler to show you what I did. So this one is, it's 7 inches, good for you. You called that one, and this one is 6. So they're only an inch different. To tell you the truth, when I did it, I didn't even think that. I was just making one bigger and one smaller. You can actually like just string these together too and make a banner. There you go. Now we're just coming to the end where we're gonna get him all glued up. Okay, right at the end of that. And you can make these as big as you want, or you could even make them smaller. Like I said, I'm not even sure what I'm doing with them yet. I just know that I wanted to make a few of them to have for future crafts that I'm gonna develop. Okay, so I'm going to keep my fingers there for a second. So as you can see, if you look, I have all that indenting going around, so it looks raised in here, really dramatizes the dimension. I'm going to just cut this out. I have a little bit of, it was a little bit of fluff coming out. But there you go. So that's the basic idea of this. Now granted, I have a sideways bunny. If you wanted to make, you know, a front facing bunny, just make your template like a front facing bunny. And then what I do is I just take a little bit of string or jute, and you could do ribbon, you could do anything you want. So I do a little jute around his neck. These are just really simple, but I have tons of ribbon that I could probably, if I wanted again to make these colorful, that you can do. Like I've said many times before, sometimes I like things to be plain and then colorful, so when I'm doing displays that some of it is plain and then the color picks up next to it. So that's how you do that. And I do have some embellishments that I could put on there, like these little flowers. I could do that. You could do a button. You could do a colored button. So there's so many variables. You could tie it around his ears if you prefer. So then another thing I got is I have these, yeah, what are they called? Pom-poms. But my pom-poms, the ones that I have here, are yarn. And I ended up getting them. I don't know if any of you ever shop at Oriental Trading. It's online. Sometimes you get like a catalog once you start ordering from them. They have a lot of kid things that you would like do for birthday parties and everything. But every now and then they have some really good things, and these are the pom-poms that I got from there. So I do have two different sizes depending on whether I did a, let's see, a big bunny or a small bunny. The pom-pom sizes are different, and I kind of like these because these are, like I said, you can make them too. They're yarn. So I'm going to stick the bigger one on his tail. And you don't even have to do this step because the tail is cut out to resemble a bunny tail, so you could embellish these any way you want. So that was a quick burlap bunny, no sew burlap bunny, because I don't sew. So there you go. You can do it again with any shape as long as you have a template that you can cut your what is it called? Burlap out. Actually, you can do these with muslin too, and that would look pretty good. So, there you go. What do you think? Cute? So if you like this tutorial and you want to spread it to someone else's page, I would appreciate it. What does it say? What? Elaine must know Joni. Do you guys know each other? Two of the visitors on the page are talking back and forth. So yes, if you know anybody that would like this, like to learn this process, spread it to their page. I am going to come on tomorrow real quick to show you a couple of more felt flower, hand cut felt flower tutorials. But until then, we just are making bunnies over here. So thank you for joining me today, and have a good night.